I wanted to talk about self-care because we all have those voices in our head that tell us we're not doing what we should be doing, or that we're not good enough, or that we need to be better. Shouldn't have said what we said, or we shouldn't have done what we did, or, you know, the voices in your head tell you a lot. And sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad, but that's where you have to realize that you have control over everything. Just because someone interprets what you say the wrong way doesn't mean that you did something wrong. And just because you've set mental goals for yourself and you failed, or you skipped a step, or you just didn't do as well as you wanted to do, it doesn't mean that you failed. And if you set personal goals that you never ever reach, fine, whatever. Your emotions change from minute to minute, from day to day, with every situation that you encounter, with every person that you talk to, with every look on everybody's face, with every body movement, with every perceived action from someone else and yourself. All you can do is try to do good, try to do well, whatever. And if you do it, fuck yeah, hooray for you. And if you don't, what are you going to do? You start fresh and you start again. Start trying again. We are human beings. We are not perfect. A lot of us base how we feel about ourselves on what someone else says or does. Do you need to eat the chair right now? Do you need to? Is it good? Words are just words. They're just how we try to describe our emotions. Nobody will really know what you mean. Hello, little girl. Nobody will really know what you mean except for you. And a lot of people misconstrue words and facial expressions. This is coming from someone who has a lot of resting bitch face facial expressions. And someone asked me one time, you know, what kind of things can they say to themselves to keep their morale up, to keep themselves feeling good, to get through a bad time. I mean, really, it's all in your head, and everybody knows that you can think faster than you can speak, faster than you can act. And there's sometimes 3, 4, 5 conversations going on inside your head, and they're all different versions of you. And you want to believe them because you think that you're right, and you think you know what's best for yourself. Stop that. Don't chew on that. Go get a toy. Go get a toy. But what that comes to is we don't always know what's best for ourselves. We really don't. There's voices inside your head that are going to constantly make you doubt yourself. There's voices inside your head. She sees her own shadow. Sorry, her reflection. There's voices inside your head that are going to constantly make you doubt yourself, because that's the voice that always says you're not doing good enough. You're not being the best that you can be. You can do better. And then there's voices that are always, always going to lift you up, because you have so many different facets. We are multifaceted. I can't open this. There's so many different voices in your head. Some are going to pick you up. Some are going to tear you down. And one of my instructors told me last semester that what goes on in your head is really none of your business. And I thought about it and I was like, that sounds ridiculous. But the more you think about it, the more it makes sense. Because why are those thoughts there? Did you put them there? No, they're just happening. They're just there. And they really aren't any of your business. You have to just let them do what they're doing, and you go on about your merry way, and you do what you are actually meaning to do, and you think about what you're actually meaning to think. You set yourself intentions, because we are our own worst critics. We are the ones that know everything that's wrong with us, and we are the ones who constantly doubt whether we're going to do what we say we're going to do, or whether we're doing it to the best of our ability, and we're just always putting ourselves down. And that's just not cool. Keep putting yourself down and it'll keep you down. So we practice self-care in many, many ways. I do silly things like, I don't know, putting on makeup at 9 o'clock at night and talking to myself in the mirror while I record it so that I could put it on my Facebook page and let you all see it. Just saying these things out loud helps me to work through things. This is part of my self-care. That feels really silky and nice, just so you know. I'm not an expert. I just know, I mean, obviously I'm not an expert, or else I'd probably have better speeches. I just know what I've been through in a lifetime, and I know what other people are going through because I've been through a lot of it, and then some of it I don't know. Some of it I've never been through anything like that, and I'm so happy when other people open up and tell me their experiences, and then I get to try to understand, you know, why people are the way that they are. We can't ever really understand that because the human brain is just, it's too intricate. Nobody can figure that shit out. But we can try. The best thing to do is just to try to understand. And that's what I do. I try to just be open enough and listen enough. And sometimes that's all people need, is just somebody else to listen to them. Somebody else to just sit there. Sometimes they don't even need to talk. We don't always need to talk. Sometimes you just need to sit there and be miserable for a while. And you just want somebody to sit there and be miserable with you. I think it is better to reach out when you really need to. But who's to say that that is better? Sometimes people need to just sit in peace and quiet and reflect on their own. Yeah, so who's to say what anybody needs? Sometimes we don't even know. Most of the time we don't even know what we need. Everybody's in this I need to find myself, nobody knows who they are kind of thing. And it's really important to just be aware that, you know, everybody has these weird feelings. Everybody is going through something. And just be thankful for what you have. That's a huge part of it. And if you're not thankful for what you have because your situation is just so bad, then know that it can be changed. And it takes a lot of hard work to do it, but it can be done. It takes a lot of reflection, self-assessment, changing patterns. All right. Had to take a break for a little self-care. I got some food on the stove. Self-care in the form of sustenance. Wasn't really paying attention to where I left off because I like to do this freestyle so that I can get better at just talking instead of trying to do an actual speech. I'm better. I usually think better when I'm multitasking. We'll see. You know, there's a lot of people out there that are like totally against it, and they think that people shouldn't need it, and they think, what's wrong? You got something wrong with you if you need to perform self-care. And I don't think that they realize that they do it all the time in the form of like golfing. Golfers are performing self-care. They're taking care of themselves by getting out and doing what they want to do. And they're hanging out with their buddies and they're clearing their mind of all the work worries and, you know, family stuff that everybody has going on. I perform self-care in a lot of different ways. I go walking. This kind of stuff right here is part of my self-care too. I'm like, I just need to do something. Just do something stupid. But people need to take care of themselves, and they can't take care of themselves unless they realize that need. They have to realize that they need to be taken care of. They have to realize that they can't take care of anybody else unless they take care of themselves. You can't give yourself wholly to anyone unless you've given yourself to you. You gotta know who you are. You gotta know what you want. And people stress on that too, but not everybody knows what they want. It could change. I could want one thing today and another thing tomorrow. And that's totally okay. It's just a matter of taking care of yourself, one way or another. So I guess the point is, just take care of yourself. Go hang out with friends, or cook, or clean, or play with your animals, or do your makeup for no reason at 9 o'clock at night, even though you're not going anywhere. Or sew. I used to love making costumes for the kids on Halloween. There's so many good ones. So many. My kiddos. I should get back into that. Do yoga. Go for walks. Go ride your motorcycle in the summer. Go ride your snowmobile. Go build something. Go be a man or be a woman or do whatever you want to do. Be both. I feel like I'm a little bit of both. Super feminine one day, putting men to shame the next. Be big-headed once in a while. It's okay. Don't be conceited and treat people like shit. Just be confident. I think self-care rolls into so many different things. So many different things. Been thinking a lot about my self-care and what I want to do and what I need to do. I'm thinking a lot about what I'm going to do when I get out of college. And the more I think about it, the more I want to help people. When I was younger, I wanted to make people pretty. Be a cosmetologist. I'm a cosmetologist who can't do makeup very well. I can do some nails, though. I can do some fly-ass nails. Hell yeah. Then I thought I wanted to be a business major because we ran a business and we needed that information to do well. But the more I think about it lately, the more I want to help people. I want to help people in one way or another. I want to help people be pretty on the inside. You know, there's a lack of emotion or something going on in this world today. A lack of connection. Empathy, compassion, understanding. It just, like, where is it? And I'm not perfect. I mean, I have been a bitch to people I should not have been a bitch to. And I walk away feeling like a huge piece of crap when I act like that. And I learn, because, you know, I don't like feeling that way, so I try not to. Self-assessment. So anyway, take care of yourself so that you can help take care of other people. That makes you feel good. You know, within reason. You have to have reason and judgment and common sense in there. Hello. Treat people the way you want to be treated. It doesn't always work either because, like I said, people misunderstand. I think in the bottom of this video, I'll add a link for the video that Adam sent me a while ago. And it basically says that you cannot read people's emotions from facial expressions, from body language. The only thing that you can do is associate it to something personalized. The way you look when you felt a certain way, the way somebody else looked when you thought they felt a certain way. It's It's not emotion coming through on your face. I haven't watched it in a couple of weeks, so I'm probably not doing it any justice. The description of it. It's very interesting, though. Education is key, you know. You can't just be running around in the world thinking that you know things when you don't. You don't know anything. You have to learn. You don't know until you know, you know? Something I always tell everybody is don't judge yourself too hard. Make mistakes. It's okay. It's totally cool. Sometimes I get sick of looking at my own face. Oh yeah, the piece de résistance. Some fake eyelashes. I've never been good at this shit. Being okay with the things that you're not great at is a good thing to know. Good thing to have, good thing to know. It's okay to not be perfect at everything, okay? Tackling fuel. Tackling fuel. I don't have my measuring tool. Measuring tool. What in the actual fuck? Well, shit. Maybe. I don't know how you girls do this. Like, I'm really proud of y'all. Okay, well, that's it. This is 22 minutes, and I have 15 minutes on the other video, and I'm gonna edit these so that they're not so long. I love making funny